Windy as all hell today. Wonderful. Actually fucking cool for once. But... hello. Cool day today. Because we're at the monastery. Hi, Kate. Hi. This library is just... huge, isn't it? This is my favourite part of being a student here. I'm just looking around. Are you studying? Yep. Do you even have any assignments yet? I hope you're not going to make fun of me like everyone does. I just like to have an early advantage, that's all. Makes sense. All of this is still too long ago. What are you looking for? I'm looking for some viewpoints on current religious trends since Gallia fell. Hey, you're not going to find any of that there. Why not? It takes a while before historians can agree on some definitive account of current events. By the time they do, it's no longer current. Someone always thinks that they are being misrepresented, or that the author is writing with an agenda. An agenda? To be honest, all history is written with an agenda. Events that recent don't have a certain historical distance, however. The monastery is very selective when it comes to what they add to the library's collection. Somebody has to have written something I could read. I'm sure of that, but all of the really controversial manuscripts aren't in here. Where are they? The Tower of the Sun. It's an old monument in the woods right behind the grounds. Great, I'm headed over there. You can't just walk in there. It's locked, and only administrators can get in. Cadio's sake. Why do you care so much about that stuff? That isn't what you will have to know for our classes. I'd advise you to read up more on the events before Gallia fell rather than what's been going on since. Yeah, maybe. I don't know much about that either. I can help you. Grab a few of those books and sit down. So, nobody bothered to investigate this vision of Arcadius that Vincent Gallia said he had? Well, you can't really investigate his spiritual experience. That's the genius of it. I get it. You can make whatever claim you want and nobody can prove you wrong. Exactly. Gallians specialized in using religion to bolster themselves instead of trying to help others. I always thought the Gallian people loved General Lysander. He still wrote his name all over the place. The people certainly did. Now the rulers of the city, though, that was another story. What do you mean? At that point, the Empire was already in decline. The council at that time had grown incredibly lazy, and now there was this young general who was on his way to conquering the entire Elven Kingdom. He made them all look incompetent. Blech. He made them all look like incompetent fools. Conquering an entire kingdom at 26. Can you imagine? I was happy to have my own armor shot by 26. Sounds good. I can cast holy enchantments on the armor so we can jack up the price. It's getting late. We should head back to our rooms. You go ahead. I have a few more things I'd like to look at. May turn out to be a born scholar. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, this is lame. He hasn't come yet. Why hasn't he come yet? There. I'm sure he has his reasons. We'll have to keep watch ourselves tonight. With Zala coming along, we should be able to take on whatever trouble we may have. Ugh. Finally, you're worse than Gabriella. Just lost track of time, I guess. What are you doing here? Just dropping off a book. Don't you have class soon? Yeah, a comparative religion course. Better hurry. I'll see you in history class later. It's going to be a rough day. front of the freaking voice I gave everyone. Nervous. Hi. I hope this class is hard. I hope this class isn't biased. Hello there. Been hard to get back into the swing of things. Hi. You like my headband? Hello. Hi there. I'm amazed I was able to make it. Professor seems to be running late. That's a lucky break. I'm excited for this class. My sister took it years ago and said it was wonderful. Hello everyone, so sorry for my tardiness. There's some very interesting guests wandering around here today, and I couldn't help but get distracted. Enough of that though. My name is Professor Farrell, and this is Comparative Religion. This is my favourite class to teach, because the subject matter always seems so important. Almost any problem in Celeste can be attributed to something we will discuss in this class. Let me get my bearings here. We might as well start with what everyone knows. There are two deities who had a hand in creating our world, Arcadius and Predator. Arcadius created most of the races who hold power in today's world. These include humans, elves, dwarves, minotaurs, griffins and dragons, as well as the now extinct dragoons. Predator is said to have created orcs, ogres, kobolds, goblins and Lodites. Then of course there are several much rarer creatures in Celeste whose origins can't really be determined. Fairies and elementals, for example. It is worth noting that these origins alone do not determine which of these two figures a person chooses to worship. Kobolds, throughout history, have been more likely to serve Arcadius, while humans seeking Predator's dark power gave rise to the practice of necromancy. There has always seemed to be a tension between the two of them over the course of history, but Arcadius remains a great mystery to us. Some claim they know his will, but proof is always nowhere to be found. On the other hand, there are certain events we see throughout history which defy traditional explanation. The Reign of Fire is perhaps the most significant of these events. There are similar instances of these unexplained phenomena through all the ages. Predator behaves in the opposite manner. She has explicitly shown a desire to wrest power from Arcadius by using her divine powers to influence world events. She faded from prominence shortly before the Reign of Fire, which began the Fifth Age. For most of the time between then and now, the Gallian Empire ruled on high. Their extreme actions reignited a violent debate about the nature of Arcadius, which began in the Third Age with the old Soldian knighthood, and that's the time period I think is most relevant to this course. In the Third Age, we saw the beginning of these fundamental questions. What does Arcadius expect from us? Does he expect anything? Why is he never showing himself? How can we even be sure Arcadius is male? Exactly, that's the kind of question you should be asking. Though nobody brought up that particular one in the Third Age, unless they were in the mood to be persecuted, at the time that humans were having this debate about Arcadius, Predator was also at her most audacious. So for the first few classes we are going to discuss in great detail the time period between the start of the Third Age and the end of the Fourth, which spans the war between the Soldian knighthood and the necromancers of Thenel Mortius, Lextial's rebellion, and the Soldian civil war that brought all of this to a head mere years before the Great Reign of Fire. This is all very complicated material, but I am confident that your textbooks combined with our discussions here will make sense of it. Phew, that was something else. Sounds like a demanding course. No time to talk now. Our history class starts in a few minutes. We have to hurry downstairs. Not much for small talk, that one. Just secret, man. Why did she talk to you? Hey Kate, get any sleep? A little bit, I guess. Who'd have thought library tables were that comfortable? Next time, at least sleep on the carpet. Who's that? Who is who? That man down there. The man down there talking to Everend. I think he's the guest speaker. Must be. I've never seen that guy before. Greetings. Are you a few of the students I shall speak to this afternoon? Yeah, I'm Gabriella. I'm Celine Endymion. Wonderful to meet you. I am called Ketsu. Your name? My name's Torlin. Hello, Torlin. I will see you all in class, then. My shirt too big, or is that skin crawling? What's with you? You didn't even give your first name. Didn't want to. For some reason, he really made me feel uneasy. Must have been his power. What? I could sense it too. His mastery of holy magic is almost overwhelming. Those receptive to magic can often sense it in another person. You did not seem afraid. I've met him before. He's a good man, but I used to be intimidated too. But there's nothing to be afraid of. What were you chatting with him about? Nothing important. Let's hurry up and get in there so we don't miss his lecture. Your esteemed professor has informed me that you have been going backwards through history. Therefore it seems prudent to continue with the story. In the end of Gallia's reign, I shall tell you all now of the prophet Lysander Baraka. Prophet? Let him speak. His is a name I suspect many of you know. He became famous early in his life for how swiftly he climbed the ladder of success within Gallia. He passed the entrance test to the knighthood when he was only 16 years old. Within 3 months he had been promoted to captain. Years later his role in helping the city repel an elven attack earned him a golden crest of Gallia. This was an honour only given to the finest warriors. After one of the city's lords and generals fell deathly ill, Lysander was selected as the most qualified man to replace him. He was only 26. He dispelled doubts about his age with his brilliant siege of the elven capital. He died defending Gallia in the final battle with the rebellion. This is the story everyone knows, but Lysander's accomplishments are much greater. The rebel leaders who now rule Gallia would like to diminish the power of his life story, but those of us who have looked deeply into the final days of Gallia's history know much more than that simple outline. You see, Gallia's greatest enemy was not Samrath Eleni and his rebellion, nor was it Arius Sharon, the Sunny of Boriel. Gallia's worst foe was its own leaders, the Council of Blowhards, who became so invested in their own status that they allowed their great city to fall. Wouldn't Lysander be considered a leader of Gallia? Not necessarily. He was a lord in general, but the council always held the true power. The trouble began when Chairman Marcus Gallius died. He was an elderly man, but he had always seemed in good health. He had no surviving children, and that meant the end of the family which had ruled the city since Vincent Gallius founded it 400 years ago. The question now was, who would replace him? High-ranking officials fought bitterly for the chance, and the most scheming of them all was Warwick de Chaffer. When de Chaffer was named chairman, he appointed a new council, though Lysander and Marcus Gallius had been close. He knew his first duty was to the city of Gallia, and not a particular person. For the time being, he cooperated. Eventually, Lysander returned from a long mission to find that the city was not as he remembered it. The council had been shamelessly manipulating the citizens of Gallia. They exaggerated an almost non-existent threat from the other races, but downplayed the very real danger of the rebellion. When Eleni and his cohorts used fire mages to decimate Gallia's navy, Lysander was prepared to take the blame and throw himself at the mercy of Gallia's people. However, the council did not want the city's defences to appear weak, or the rebellion to appear effective. They continually pressured him to lie about the extent of the damage and other matters concerning the battle. Against the insurgents, Lysander realized that the very safety of the city was being undermined by these crooked tactics, and had no choice but to slay the council and take on the task of governing the city himself. He killed them. What a surprise. Here I was thinking that Gallians might solve a problem without murder. You two are being really rude. Lysander now had full command of the city. But the damage had been done. The treachery went far deeper than he could have imagined. He discovered that Warwick de Chaffer indeed arranged for the murder of Marcus Gallius, as part of a plan to usurp the city council and consolidate power for himself. Removing de Chaffer and the rest of his council was not enough to heal the wounds to the city's integrity. This new council of corruption continued to cripple Gallia, and even cost Lysander his wife. All the while, the rebellion continued to gain ground. When Arius Sharon and Sanreth Elani managed to gather a small group of dragons to help them occupy the city's military barracks, the two sides of the conflict were poised for a final battle. The death of Lysander's wife caused him to question his own faith in Arcadius. Given what he had been through, it is hardly surprising. He was told by a friend that death was a very real possibility if he confronted the rebels. Perhaps it was wiser to abandon Gallia and start a new life elsewhere. The temptation must have been overwhelming. He did not give in. He could not abandon his fellow citizens. He stayed and fell in battle, just as had been predicted. Are you all right? Yes, I apologize. Surely you see now why I had to speak to you, and why I have spread this story as much as I could. Since the end of Gallia, Lysander Baraka's true accomplishments have gone unheralded. He saw that the city was failing its people, and died fighting for it anyway. He saw within the corruption the end of the Gallian way of life before it came. That is why I and many others have come to see him as a prophet, and why we regret that his name is so often associated only with those wars in millennia. That does it. I can't take this anymore. You regret that Lysander is associated with the wars in millennia? I regret the deaths of thousands upon thousands of elves that his army slaughtered. What gives him, or you, or anyone else the right to sentence someone to death simply because they're not exactly like you? Young man, please, despite what your beliefs are, he is still a guest, and he has a right to his opinion. This opinion gets people killed. It's a stain on the face of humanity that Gallia ruled as long as it did. I won't listen to any more of this insanity. Wow. What are you doing? Finley's been gone for hours. That can't be good. Maybe he went home. I'm not that lucky. Wait till you see this. What are you carrying around there? You'll see in a minute. I don't get it. You'll know soon enough. Come on, guys. What do you think? Alright. The man said I needed a costume. I was going to be helping him in Shroud. So I figured that before we went on patrol again tonight, I would go into town and buy some stuff we could use to make one. That's what you came up with. No, I actually think it works for me. Really? You wouldn't catch me in a cave dead or something like that. But this is a decision left up to you. The only question is, what would you call yourself? I was waiting for you to ask that. From now on, I am a Baron. The Baron of where? Crazy Town. Any minute now. Somebody's none of that. Got enough trouble in the last time that we worked out. I wish I could have read what the provoking was, but you fucking auto-texted it again. Ugh, fucking hell game. Right, we have to stay focused on the objective. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hand over to the guard of this area this time. Are you sure he'll be back? I told you. Those two men will want to finish the job on the office in order to release the people in competent and the equipment. Equipment kills weapons and armor. No other theory that might work? No, and I don't want to hear that anymore. You're part of our team now. Act like it. Part of the team? Hell yeah! Let's go, partner! Damn. Hurry it up. It's almost dinner time and they have good food over at the office. There you are. The administrators have an office in this building, right? Their main office is over on the other side of the grounds, where you registered. They do have a small office that's set aside in that chapel, though. It isn't used for much as far as I know. Lee, that's the most I've ever heard you say. Why are we even talking about that? Kate, I can't believe what you just did. Lucky Master Ketsu didn't kill you. You calling him Master Ketsu? Really unnerving. You're not afraid of anything, are you? I don't understand. I get angry sometimes like any other guy. There are only a few times in my life where I've been that furious. Couldn't take that jerk's... Demagogue. Demo what? You've been reading too many books lately, Cade. I understand why someone might get offended. He was still a guest. He has a right to his views. He wants those views to be the law of the land. I feel like I need to show him courtesy when people like him don't have the courtesy not to kill others based on some stupid notion of superiority. I've got a real acid tongue, you know that? Reverend, why in Arcadius' name do you insist on defending him? Enough. Don't you two have class soon? Yeah. Physical combat class starts any minute now. Guess we should get going. Good, you have improved. Thank you, teacher. Father Cade, let us see what progress you have made. I took note of your reflexes in our last session. This shall be a true test of them. What should I do? When attacked by an enemy, a true monk will be able to anticipate his moves and deliver a strong counterattack. Right. Let's see how you handle a direct attack. What? Father Cade, you're going to have to react quicker than that. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Let me try again. were swift enough to dodge this time. Why did you not strike? I don't know. You are not confident in your ability to fight with only your hands. Think on this for our next lesson, next session. For the Emperor in short term. Ready when you are. Wonderful. You continue to surpass all of my expectations. Thank you, teacher. However, I can't take all the credit. My family taught me the basics years ago. Yes, quite sure they did. Maybe we're doing something wrong here. Why do you say that? This is the second night in a row that we've sat out here and we've got nothing. Keep your voice down. Yeah, sure. Wouldn't want to scare off someone who isn't there. Care to repeat that little comment, Pipsqueak? No need for this. The night is still young. Finley, he may yet show, but not if we yell at each other. Hey, Stoke, you forgot lesson 2. Huh? Don't call me Finley when we're on the job. It's the Baron. Oh, brother. Wonder where everyone is. Well, guess I'll touch base with them tomorrow. Now it's time to grab myself those tower keys. All this hero stuff would be exciting. Lesson 3. This work will often test your patience. You can't be bothered to sit and wait. You are unfit for greater challenges ahead. The third night in a row that we've sat out here, got nothing. Came from over there. Shh, stay in hiding. Think that's him? Quiet. Who's there? Can't fool me. I know someone is there. I heard the voices, man. Oh, that magic. It's him. It is him. Let's roll. Wait, we don't know where the other one is. What the? Yeah, what in the name of Arcadius? Well, I suppose there's no choice now. Surrender, mage. Time to pay for the destruction you've caused. Well, I'll be... You're stoic, aren't you? That's right. If you've heard of me, you no doubt know the pain you're in for. If you don't come along quietly. I've always wondered how I would stand up in battle against you. I'm the battle mage Torin Randy. And you must be Shroud. Hardly, you face an even greater enemy now, for I am the Baron. Don't get carried away. Too bad. I would have gotten much more appreciation if I had taken both of you out. Guess I'll have to settle for you, skeleton. You're not taking anybody out, you mangy deadbeat. Hey, Arcadius, you're Zala. You're a legend. That's right, and I've had enough of you putting me under suspicion for subpar arson. Ready to burn. Oh man, told me there was a fire elemental out here. Never thought it was you. I'm out of here. After him. If he gets away, we won't get another chance. What? You got him now. Cornered himself. I'll have to leave him to you two. There's no way I'm going through that. It must have been his plan. But you'll see that Stoic and I pack more than enough strength to deal with him. Something's still not right here. What do you mean? Does he have no concept of how magic works? His fire spells will be practically useless in that damn cave. What an idiot. Maybe that is the only explanation. Still, we haven't seen the other one yet. Keep an eye out, Zala. You may have to deal with him. Damn, I hope so. Let's go, Baron. Be ready for anything. Surrender, varmint. Okay, sure. Ugh. What in the hell? Your turn, my sullen friend. Ugh. Not so tough without that crazy element of witch, are you? How? What do you mean, how? I just blasted you both, that's how. Ugh, let's beat him up first, ask questions later. Yeah, good instincts, Baron. Do want more, eh? Bring it on. Ugh, I'm not beaten yet. Do your worst. Don't kid yourself, pal. You're beaten. Now I want an explanation. What the hell kind of mage are you? Huh? You saw what kind of mage? I am nitwit. I use fire and lightning magic. Don't insult my intelligence, punk. You don't strike me as smart enough to have mastered 2 schools of magic, let alone able to cast fire spells in a place as wet as this. It's a trick, and I want to know how it works. You're nuts. It's no trick. Just what I do. Well, how did you learn to do it? It must have taken years. Well, not really. Huh? Look, I learned my spells from other mages. I watched them in action, and I found I could cast the same spells. You were able to copy the magic of other mages just by watching them? You're so interested anyhow. Just answer the question, ingrate. I mean, the answer is no. Not that simple. I do have to see them cast the spell, but it takes effort on my part. It's like tensing a muscle. Bad metaphor. I don't think Stoic has done that for a while. This is no time for that kind of nonsense. The point is that you have to be focused, and it tires you out. So, it isn't something you should be doing during battle, for example. Yeah, because it requires all of your attention. I've never heard of anything like this. How did you learn this ability? I'm not sure. Something I discovered as I grew up. I'm not the only one, though. I've met others. Several, in fact. Oh, how can that be? It... Well, we should probably take him back to town, right? Yeah, there are jail cells inside the guard office. They're underground, so they survived its fire attacks. I'd be happy to know that when he wakes up. Let's go. Shame I missed all that. Not over yet. There are a lot of questions I intend on asking him. Troubled by some of the things he said. Really? Why? When you study an element of magic, the properties of that element become part of you. So, everyone knows that. If what he told us was true, he's able to learn a spell without any of the traditional training. He gets the magic itself, but none of the other effects. That does explain how he was able to still fight in that damp area. Wait a minute. Stoic, didn't you tell me on the carriage ride down there that lightning mages are able to see in the dark? Yeah, why? He couldn't see us. He had to use a fire spell to figure out where we were. You're right. He said he wasn't the only one either. That's what worries me the most. He may be dealing with a new kind of mage. The kind of mage who can cast fire spells without any vulnerability to water. Or cast earth spells without any effect on its speed. Locked. Wind spell would break down the door easily, but it would also bring those guards outside running. Seems like the weather's gotten worse. I'll cast my wind spell at the same time as the thunder goes off. Should be able to disguise the noise. Have to time this carefully, and remember that lightning is faster than thunder. Jackpot. Sheesh, what a mess. Looks more like a closet than office. And where's that key? Must be it. Head over to the tower tomorrow. Postman's like enough for one night. Oh, I thought I had something out here. Only me. No need to worry. It's really coming down, isn't it? I don't mind the rain. I actually find it soothing. Something about the noise it makes helps me think. What are you thinking about? What? I suppose I can tell you, since you don't know me very well. If you did, you would probably laugh. We've only been gone a few days, but I really miss Pomerania. Don't think there's anything embarrassing about being homesick. There is if you've never been homesick before. Hard to explain, but I've always been sure I knew exactly how the rest of my life would go, but since we settled in Pomerania, that's changed. Now I see possibilities. What kind of possibilities? I just can imagine all these different ways of living my life. And they're not just pipe dreams either. I can see a path from here to there. I don't know whether to be excited or scared about that. What is it about you seaside folk? I can't seem to not get personal with you people. Who else have you talked about this with? Well, there is that charming boy. Oh dear, it's gone late. I'd better sleep. Torture shop there. You gonna say? I wouldn't know because you auto-text the fucking speech again. Ugh. That was a little odd. My history class starts soon. I better get over there. Welcome everyone. Today we have something a little less controversial on our agenda. A test. Forgot all about that. You've been paying attention, it should be fine. Oh, come on. Come now. I told you it was coming. As I have said, the purpose is mostly so I can get an idea of how we are progressing. It is a simple 10-question multiple choice exam. I'll begin. Name the famous Gallian lord and general who led the attacks on Rellenia. Lysander Baraka. Name the queen of Rellenia at the time who fought on long after her husband had been killed. Arania Relli. Name the leader of the rebellion within the city of Gallia. Sarnath Alani. Name the chairman of Gallia's council who died under mysterious circumstances. Marcus Gallius? Who replaced this chairman after his demise? Oric de Kerfa? What catastrophic event in history did the Gallians use as justification for their rule? Great Rain of Fire. All being renamed to honour the Elven Queen, what was the name of the port Gallia established overseas? Port Vincent. What criticism did many Gallian officials have for General Lysander after his promotion? He was too young. For approximately how many years did Gallia rule? 400. What document symbolised a partnership between Gallia and the Necromancers Guild? Treaty of Thanatos. Hey Torin, looks like your friends came over to visit. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Shut up. Left her behind this time. The guards were afraid if she got worked up, this place might be on fire. Again. I've still got some questions, and it's time for answers. I'm not saying one damn thing. Is that so? Fine then, I'll do the talking for now. We know more than you probably think anyhow. What's that mean? That symbol you wear, I've seen it before, a couple of times in fact. You work for the Hand, and by extension Equipment King. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing about no Equipment King. Oh, don't embarrass yourself. You all work pretty well as a team. We saw firsthand what you were able to do in Port Arania, and we heard about what went on in Rellenia. I had nothing to do with any of that. For once you're right. It's clear that the Hand would always have to keep some agents in this general area to keep track of what was going on. At the monastery, if nothing else. Judging from your erratic behaviour, it seems clear you've been stationed in the forest for a while now. These are all just assumptions, man. There's a distinct pattern Equipment King uses. They set their sights on a town and all of a sudden trouble starts. People get scared, so they want weapons and armour. Equipment King comes in and gives gear away for almost nothing. You knew there was a fire elemental here, so you set fire to this place knowing she'd be blamed. Isn't that right, Slimeball? I'll handle this part, Baron. Takes practice. Doesn't seem that hard. Those are all the things I know, but there's still plenty that I want to know. Who leads the Hand? Who handles communication between your group? And Kovacs? You're nuts if you think I'll tell you any of that. Alton, Relina, Port Arania, they're all on this same continent. That means the hand's base has to be nearby. Where is it? I'm almost tempted to tell you, just for the satisfaction of knowing how fast you would get killed. I'm not so sure about that. You weren't all that much of a challenge. Just don't get it, do you? Think I'm the best they have? Not even close. Oh. I'm almost at the bottom of the ladder, man. Why do you think they make me prowl around this forest all the time? You have no idea how powerful the higher officers are. Your swordplay and this gunslinging wouldn't do you a bit of good. Well, who are these all-powerful leaders? Tell me. Not a chance. It's not caving. Should I try again? No. Ugh. Look, Torin, you may feel defiant now, but I'm not sure you'll grasp how much trouble you're in. We caught you right in the act. With that kind of evidence, you'll be cooling your heels in this cell for a long time. You work with us, and it could lead to some leniency. Leniency, right. You know who won't be lenient? Anyone in the hand if they knew I gave them away. Forget it, man. Fine, we'll be back, and next time we'll bring Zala. She can focus her fire very carefully if instructed. What's that mean? Oh, I think you'll find out. Come on, Baron. Phew, that is harsh. When are the people here going to come around? Hopefully soon. Don't forget though, they have neither seen nor... Don't forget though, they have never seen any need to market to customers outside of this general area. We may have overwhelmed them initially. Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess it can be a lot to take in when you've been sheltered your whole life. Ah, there you are. Sir, I have some extremely upsetting news. Who's that?
My father. He's all irritated because the door to the chapel office isn't working properly. He thinks I had something to do with it.
I forgot that he was on the board of directors.
He just doesn't think sometimes. Why would I want anything in that dinky little office? Well, forget that. How did the quiz go for you?
Wasn't all that hard. Should be fine.
See, I told you. Very basic stuff. My holy magic class starts in about an hour. For that, I think I'll stop in the library.
I got the monk fighting class. I can never remember the full name of it.
Come find me after, okay?
Sure.
Well, bye for now.
See ya. Through that class, I'm still sore from being knocked around yesterday. I'm going to that tower. This is my poem. I just wrote it in 5 minutes ago. Huh?
Need to make him feel safe.
My poem is called Lifeless Abyss. I have nothing left to live for. I have driven away all who I loved. Nobody can truly see. I am a lifeless abyss. Stunning. What the hell? Doesn't even rhyme. Oh, here you are. Phew, it startled me. Do you like poetry? I'm not sure anymore. What is this anyway? This. They do this every couple of days. I know what's really going on here though. You're trying to skip our class. Yeah, you caught me. Well, you lucked out. Our instructor was feeling under the weather, so class was cancelled. I was just embarrassed after yesterday's class. I looked like a fool. No need to feel like that. It's not easy. I'll teach you a few tricks. Now come on. Well? Yeah. We'll use the training area outside the building. Let's go. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to assume you have been trained for some kind of weapon. How did you know? I can tell by your movements. It's like our instructor said, you aren't comfortable relying on your hands and feet because you've never had to. I suppose not. Got the potential to be a perfectly capable monk. I have seen that you move swiftly and are almost unnaturally light on your feet. That does come in handy. No doubt. Let's work some more on counterattacks. Damn, just like yesterday. I see the problem now. What's that? You're fast enough to dodge, but you wait too long to attack. Move to attack as soon as I got out of your way. Exactly. That isn't what you want to be doing. In combat, that is this fast pace. The key is anticipation. It will not be enough to simply strike after you have dodged me. You have to begin your attack in advance, knowing where I will be as you dodge. I can see what you mean about my past training now. I wouldn't be feeling so vulnerable if I had a weapon. Confidence in the power of your own raw physical strength and agility is part of becoming a monk. Still not early enough. Try again. Good. That was it. That's what you need to do every time. Forgive me for blocking, but I saw the force behind that blow. It looked like I would have been in for quite a bit of pain. No need to apologize. Still, I don't understand how you are in the same class as me and not already a full-fledged monk. I won't go that far, but the advantage I have mostly comes from my brother. He was a student here? Yeah, took this very same class with the very same instructor. No kidding. He loved it here, especially the chapel. That was his favourite place. Really? Yeah, he hated to leave the monastery, even though everyone here knew he would go far. Deacon had such poise. All the time his presence just radiated authority. I wish I had that same confidence, but more often than not, I feel like I'm just following in his footsteps. Deacon? That was his name. Where is he now? He died. You said you were from Portorania, right? Yeah? That's where the funeral was. I took a carriage up there so I could attend. It was a very good turnout. There was some huge music event going on in town around that time. I'm sorry for your loss. You ever hear of those two guys who hang around the port in costumes? You have? Everything I heard made it clear they had something to do with it. I wouldn't mind settling the score, but I don't want to put my studies on hold. I'm sorry. This is a lot to dump on you, I know. You know what, though? Helping you out kind of makes me feel a little better about it, because he used to help me in the same way. Almost like keeping his memory alive. Well, glad to be of assistance. Let's get out of here and grab some food or something. Yeah, sure. You are aware that I don't start class for months. That does not matter. With the benefit of my experience, you shall be a leader among your peers. Shame you won't be here to see it. Where are they sending you again? To the northeastern shores, the Tur mountain area. At least you'll be able to enjoy the scenery. Perhaps. Then again, perhaps not. I was led to believe I would not be spending much time outdoors. Doesn't that sound dreary? You sure that's worth your time? Yes, my own discomfort means little when weighed against the possibility of making a real difference. And that's the glamorous life of a monk, eh? They can keep it. Just wait until they want you to shave off your hair. Uh,
Hey, did you forget me?
oh, sorry.
Why, Arcadius, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Nothing important.
Okay, I was just wondering if you wanted to have a sort of late lunch with me tomorrow.
Sounds pretty nice. What gave you that idea?
Tomorrow is the last day of class, and I was really hoping for some way to unwind.
I have a busy day tomorrow, too. Comparative religion in our history class. Sounds like a nice break.
Great, we'll meet outside the main building tomorrow after class. Are you sure that there's nothing wrong?
I guess.
You know, you could talk to me about whatever it is, if you wanted. I'm your friend.
It isn't worth worrying about right now. Let's just focus on getting through our classes tomorrow and having a nice time afterwards.
Okay, good night.
I look forward to dealing with that little runt tomorrow. He has a deep fear of you for some reason, though I suspect it to be very effective.
What do you mean for some reason? Everyone with any sense fears me. That horrible noise.
We're trying to have a conversation here. Do you need to crack your fingers so loudly?
Hey man, dangerous matters.
You undermine my exercise at our peril. What? I need to keep my fingers in top shape. Can you at least do it somewhere else?
Fine, I will.
Wish Cade would come back. Like I was saying, this Torlin guy isn't what you would call stable. I don't expect it to be difficult to get some new information out of him. Once we do, and once Cade returns with some hard evidence from the monastery, we'll finally have the upper hand against Equipment King.
Do you think he will be able to find something?
You don't know him. He won't stop until he does. I'm sure that's why he's been gone so long.
What will be your next move?
We'll take the information to the local government in Port Arania, and perhaps Relenia as well. Would you like to come with us? Kovac and the Hand will do whatever they can to try and subdue us. You would be a great help.
It has been good to see you again, but I'm afraid I have to decline your offer. To be honest, I'm not very eager to be swept up in another adventure right now. There are other things that I have planned, people and places I would like to see.
I understand.
I'm just not a very reliable person these days, Bones. Those Tautons probably will expect me to return to them, but I doubt I will.
What? Tautons?
Yeah, you've heard of them.
Of course. You're the old lady they mentioned.
That's what they call me. Those rude little punks.
They actually said you might have information about the Hand.
They just think I know everything. I can give you background about Gallia, but you already know all that.
Too well.
I do have one suggestion for you, though. If you find that you need more information, you should get on a ship and head north to Boriel.
Or, you're right. I didn't think of them.
The leaders of that place have always been pretty astute. They keep a lot of records on world affairs.
I'll keep that in mind. But I'm hoping this will be enough. Things could get out of hand if we don't put an end to this soon. Who's there? Oh, it's you. Thank Arcadius. Tried to get me to rat on everyone else, but no dice.
I knew someone would spring me eventually. I'm glad it's you. You're like me. People like us have to stick together. Well, hurry it up. This is why you're here, right? To get me out of here? Not exactly. There's always so much information in that class. True. Gallian era was much simpler in some ways. We killed non-humans, non-humans fought back. Third and fourth ages were much more chaotic. Need to go over that book again. We should get to our history class. Welcome, class. First things first. Your tests are in front of you. Hopefully they will put your minds at ease. Your score? 100. You will also find a sheet with all the answers to the questions. Use it for study purposes. Now, on to class. Today I decided that it was time to take a break from the usual names and dates and wars. This may be a bit unorthodox, but very few have ever trusted me to adhere to some strict plan of teaching. You will not learn just from listening. To me, you will learn by coming to your own conclusions. These past few classes dealing with Gallia have made it clear that though their empire is gone, their legacy hangs over all of us like a dark cloud. Consider what brought Gallia down. People within its own borders. Well, they certainly had help from the other races, and Arias Sharon's band of warriors. But the final defeat of the Empire could not have happened without the rebellion. With that in mind, one can make the assumption that the power of Gallia rested not in the hands of its council, but its citizens. Strength in numbers was how they forced themselves onto the world, and a large part of the community itself became its downfall. My question to you is this. What took so long? Why did the people of Gallia accept this violent doctrine for 400 years? It's your turn to talk now. Feel free. They were scared? Yeah, no doubt played a part, but expand on that. It's because we humans are so intolerant to begin with, even though now and then we pretend we aren't. I'm not so sure. Let's not forget that the Saldian knighthood was brought to an end by humans as well. It was because Gallian leaders always spoke with absolute certainty. After the Reign of Fire, nobody knew what the future held for them. The possibilities were endless. People could have united and made a better world, but Vincent Gallius and the others saw a different kind of opportunity. They offered a way of life that was uncomplicated. Humans against the world. They convinced humans that the Reign of Fire was something that only happened to them, and was only about them, even though all of the world's people had gone through it. Had it not been for the Reign of Fire, Gallia would have gone nowhere. He's right. The people were still so stunned from the disaster that they didn't fully realize what Gallia intended to do. Only someone had been able to get through to them, to expose the distortions and hypocrisy in their words. Only someone had undermined the Gallian leaders to begin with, not with violence, but with words, with the truth. Should a power like Gallia rise again, their evil must be cut out at the root before it spreads. I'll allow anything else if we want to maintain the peace we have now. Thought you would return. I'm afraid I have some bad news. What happened? The arsonist was found dead in his cell this morning. What? How? Took his own life, no doubt. What utter cowardness. Actually, miss, the wound suggested otherwise. This was murder. Who did it? Impossible to say. The killer did not leave a single trace. Whoever he is, he must move like a ghost. This has gotten out of hand. We have to find Shroud.
Barry, you look quite spooked. Is everything all right?
I'm not sure. There's this really creepy guy about to walk in here, and he doesn't look happy. Thank you, Dankia.
Well now, to what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Would you kindly explain why that monstrous killer you keep on a leash brutally murdered Torin Randy last night? Torin had been a spy in this area for years. Nobody knew the woods better than he did. Now he's gone and you're going to pay.
Easy, my friend. I'm confident we can get our point across without violence. What did you expect me to do? Would you prefer he gave our enemies the evidence they need to ruin us?
All operatives of the Hand are trained to resist interrogation.
Oh, please. That Torin character was borderline insane. The risk of keeping him alive was too great.
I'll thank you not to play Arcadius with the likes of my people. Your feud with these costume vigilantes has now cost me 2 trusted agents.
How was I to know that they would venture outside Port Arania to try and sabotage me further? We could not have been more secretive. Seems to me that both of your men would be alive if they simply had enough skill to defeat Shroud and Stoke. Arcadius knows my associates have gotten much closer than yours to that particular goal.
Don, you're a businessman, so I will put this in terms you can understand. When we first began this partnership, you were an asset. Unfortunately, these days you are becoming a serious liability.
You pompous bastard! Nobody calls me a liability. Get out of my way, Alban. I will not be spoken to like this, this way.
You may be angry now, but I promise you will regret this later. As for you, if you want anything out of this, you will treat us all with respect. We're supposed to be your partners, not your lackeys. You watch your tongue.
No, she is right. We are doing the work of our enemies, all of them. We kill each other. However, this destructive conflict with those Port Aranian meddlers must end. If you do think that your agents are more capable than mine, I will allow you to finish this once and for all. I'm confident I can do that. After all, I have many options.
We rule that class. I'm developing a bad habit of getting carried away during those discussions. You both argue fiercely. Celine, you could have weighed in if you wanted. You're smarter than most people there. I guess I'm just more interested in what others have to say.
I need to get going. I'll see you all later.
What's with him?
I'm not sure.
I must go as well. Ready for a picnic?
Where should we go?
There's an area right near the edge of the forest, which is nice. It was once a path from here to Paladin. It's gotten a little overgrown since then. There are still some nice spots. What do you think?
Sounds nice enough. Let's go.
I'm not so sure about this.
Get sure.
Cade was pretty clear that he didn't want either of us hanging around there. We don't know what kind of people we could run into.
I want to know about this. Now come on. Huh? Huh?
You! What are you doing here?
What the hell is going on?
Cade, where are you? Damn it. I really hope she doesn't call the guards.
What in Arcadius's name are you even doing hanging around with her?
Huh? Why do you care? Hey, everyone calm down. Henley, what the hell are you wearing? This is my costume. I'm the Baron. Right, I'm still confused.
Me too. I didn't expect you to come here and find you taking a stroll with that Robin brat. Care to explain?
Robin?
Yeah, that was Gabrielle Robin, who just ran off. How could you not know that by now?
Never did get her last name. She's the one who...
Right, the one who tried to fight me in Fort Drake and failed miserably, I might add.
It can't be right. She's smart and caring.
You've been living in that monastery for days and you had no idea.
To think of it, she has made some remarks about the undead.
Exactly. Her family hates the undead. I've had to deal with them for centuries.
Why would she work for Equipment King in the Hand? He hates Gallia. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've heard her say about them. What's on your mind? The Equipment King guys like to keep their partnership with the Hand secret. It's possible she might not have known that Gallian people were involved. That's got to be it.
Enough of this. This wasn't the reason we wanted to find you.
Now, there's been a lot of stuff going on since you've been gone. Tell me on the way back to Zala's house. We shouldn't stay so close to the grounds. If the guards find us here, the entire plan could fall apart.
Kovak is capable of more than I thought.
Having his own henchmen killed.
A pity these hand goons never live long enough to be of any use to us. Since we can't seem to get any more information out of them, it has become more imperative that you track down some real evidence.
Getting close. They keep the real delicate information locked in this tower behind the grounds. I already found a key for it. I was planning to go tomorrow. Will you need backup? It's probably a worthwhile precaution. Just be sure to stay out of sight when you're making your way up there. If the guards get suspicious in any way, this whole thing could be ruined.
You don't need to tell us how high the stakes are. This is the only shot we have to strike a real blow against Kovak.
Really should get back there before too long. But while I'm here, I could use some help.
With what?
I'm having trouble keeping some of this history stuff straight for my comparative religion class.
You want me to help you with your homework?
Well, why not? You'll probably live through most of this stuff anyhow.
Doesn't matter though. Tomorrow you're going to be stealing documents from that place. Why bother?
Just to be able to understand it for my own sake.
Fair enough. What era are we talking about here?
Well, the teacher is really into that time period around the late Third Age and the early Fourth Age.
Now that's ancient. Third Age is before my time. I still know plenty about it though.
Here we go. This is the part I don't understand. You have General Mephisto fighting the necromancers in the Third Age.
Right. Daniel Mortis led the necromancers. He and Mephisto were bitter enemies. They eventually both died at the end of the war.
Okay, but then it says in the Fourth Age he got resurrected twice by someone named Thanatos. How can someone be resurrected twice? And who was Thanatos anyway?
Thanatos is Daniel Mortius, when he became a lich.
A lich? What's a lich? A lich is a mage who gets brought back as a skeleton with all of his magical powers intact. Oh, why didn't I know that?
Liches are rare to begin with, and there hasn't been a really powerful one in some time.
Can you explain the resurrection thing to me, though?
Sure. Once Thanatos had returned, he wanted to get some kind of revenge on Mephisto, even though he had been dead for quite a while. So he decided to use his necromancy to bring him back as a skeleton.
That seems risky.
It was. But such was Thanatos' ego, he managed to have his undead version of Mephisto until it was defeated by a young adventurer named Dalton.
He got beat by a kid? This famous general?
Thanatos sent him into battle too soon. It's very difficult to adjust to being a skeleton. You no longer have skin or muscles, which you've always had. You aren't able to do much of anything until you really understand how to adapt to the dark magic that keeps you alive. If you can call it alive.
See, that makes sense. I wish the book could have just said that.
I should write my own history book.
But what about this second resurrection? You brought him back as a skeleton again?
No, you brought him back as a full flesh and blood human.
What? Nobody can do that.
He could. It is possible, but it takes an enormous amount of power, and all the sacrifices and rituals have to be absolutely perfect. There are only a few times in the entire history of dark magic that this has ever been accomplished, but Thanatos was certainly a powerful enough necromancer to do it.
So, Mephisto actually came back as a human being?
Yes, but that became a fatal mistake. Thanatos was certain that once Mephisto was returned to his original human form, he could control him with hypnosis techniques. However, he realized too late that his power was slipping.
And Mephisto broke free and became a threat?
Exactly.
Most of that story is pretty clear in the book. I really had no idea what the double resurrection thing was about. Thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome. Now go back there and get that evidence.
I should leave soon. Gabrielle must be frantic.
For Arcadius' sake. I can't believe that you are so attached to her. What are you going to do next? Share a room with Sparrow?
Knock it off. You don't really know her. She would never have gone after you if she had known the truth about Kovac. I used the documents in that tower to show her the truth. So, we should be near the tower to back you up tomorrow morning.
You got it, Finley.
Okay, you forgot lesson 2.
What?
Don't use my civilian name when I'm in costume.
You'll never let me forget that, will you?
Which one of these rooms was Gabriella's? 101. It says this is Celine's room. 102. 103. And 104. This is mine. One. 202 says this is Everin's room. Room 303 says this is Gabriella's room. This is it. Wait a sec. Looks like she's talking to someone in there. My mother and father are so stressed with the pressures of keeping the monastery running. You could watch over them and keep them from getting too upset. I would be grateful. Also, please bless Celine and her fine confidence. I guess you can bless Everin if you're not too busy. Most importantly though, beg you to watch over my friend Cade and keep him safe. I could not find him after that freak gust of wind, and the guards weren't able to track him down either. Please guide him back here. There's too much promise to be lost to us so early.
I knew I was right about her.
Someone there?
Oops.
Cade, there you are. Be worried sick.
No need for that. I just got a little turned around in that dark cloud. Walked right into the woods. Took hours to find my way back.
It's all my fault. The forest is dangerous. I never should have led you down there.
Something else we have to talk about. Can I come in?
Yes, have a seat.
That skeleton we ran into. It was Stoic.
How do you know that?
I'm from Portorania, remember? He's famous there. What I'm more curious about is, how do you know him?
Guess I should tell you. A few weeks ago, my father got a request for help from a businessman in Pomerania.
You remember this man's name?
It was Kovac, Don Kovac.
Ah,
Kovacs asked for help with a skeleton that carried some grudge against his business and was terrorizing the town. My father was too busy to go himself, so he suggested that I go in his place. He said it would be a good learning experience for me. I guess it was.
but why would either of you even go? Why would anyone here want to stick their neck out for a snake like Kovac?
The monastery needs allies, Cade. Being true to Arcadius is not popular these days. Everyone just thinks of that extreme Gallian nonsense. The more friends we have, the better.
You don't want friends like him, trust me.
To be honest, there was more to it than that. My family, the Robins, has always been committed to helping people who are menaced by the undead. No surprise that he turned to us.
Stoic is no menace.
What?
You don't know all the things he's done for the townspeople. He helped stop a group of thieves who tried to rob people, and when some children got kidnapped, he helped bring them all back.
What are you saying? That this skeleton is some kind of crime fighter?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Not only that, most of the crime he fights these days comes from Kovac. Kovac and the Hand.
Did you say the Hand?
You've heard of them?
Of course I've heard of them. Anyone with a grasp of contemporary history has heard of them.
Tell me what you know.
Not much. They commit these terrible crimes in the name of Gallia. They might as well be invisible. Nobody has ever been able to prove any of their evil acts. Patterns emerge though, and even without proof one can tell when they are on the move.
What if I told you I have reasons to believe that Don Kovac is in league with the Hand, and there could be evidence in the tower to prove it?
Want to go into the tower? We can't.
I already have the key.
What? You broke into the office and took it?
You have to be stopped, Gabriella. Will you help me?
But what will you do once you find what you need?
Take it to the proper authorities. If Stoic is here, I can trust him with it.
See now, you're on his side. You were never here to learn, just to get what you wanted, to try and expose your enemies.
No, it may have started that way. I got so much more than just that. You could only understand how unfulfilling this last week has been. Never had a chance to go to a real school, to learn about history and religion, how complicated it all really is. I'm sorry to have upset you. I'm sorry to have upset you.
You tricked me. I had known that a group of psychotic fanatics like the Hand was involved in any way with the problems in Pomerania. Never would have helped. Forced me into going against my own beliefs.
So, you'll help?
Took a big risk by telling me this. Trusted me, so I'll trust you.
Thank you. With the help of Shroud and Stoic, we'll get back at them.
Shroud? Oh yes, I've heard of him. He's supposed to be Stoic's ally. Must have been that green-haired person we saw with him.
Yeah, maybe.
Still very uneasy about Stoic. Something is not right with him.
Why do you say that?
Well, he told me he was 950 years old. Thing is, the dark magic that keeps skeletons alive gives out after about 200 or 300 years. Couldn't have lived that long. The amount of magic that would take, it's unheard of. As soon as I heard that, I couldn't even focus on the fight. Looking back, I'm lucky he let me live.
I suppose that is odd.
Oh well, no reason to worry about that now. Get some rest and we'll meet at the tower tomorrow.
Right. I'm so glad I can count on your help.
Night. Can you please not go through my underwear while I'm right here? That's a little disconcerting. I really hope we don't get caught tomorrow. Do you have any idea of how much trouble we'll be in?
No items.
Had to check.
time.
There you are. If we're going to do this, let's hurry it up.
How long have you been here?
Since sunrise. Couldn't sleep. Stomach feels like it's full of butterflies.
Well, let's go then.
Thought I was losing my mind earlier. I sworn I heard people stomping around in the trees over there.
Why is he taking her along?
Must have been right about her, especially if she's willing to help him get through here. Through there.
You have more of an optimistic view of it than I do. Somehow I get the feeling you would not have tried as hard to get through to her if she were a man.
Not very nice.
Let's just hope all this goes off without a hitch. That way we can finally be.
Extra B in that sentence.
We can finally be done with this place.
He rose to power during an ancient strife, mastered the secrets of both life and death. The young knight in years to come gave him a new chance to live, but his old foe from the walls was the one he could not forgive. The mighty lich was finally felled, but never forgotten. For those he raised as undead servants, they who call him... Rome just cuts off. My guess is that we have to finish it. Take a look at it again. Rose to power. Thanatos. Another A in it. Good job, that did it. Realised I missed an A the first time I saw it. Oh. In years after a fiery hail, while the whole world seemed mad, he claimed to see what nobody else had. Spoken to by an unseen lord, he gathered a hungry band to create a new era with humans as lords of the land. The dark beyond, he ordered the unworthy sent, founder of a mighty land. His name was... Good job, that did it. The eternal foe of an invisible god. He hid her dark designs behind a human facade. Her teachings gave birth to the dark study of the dead. Instead of seeking peace in the beyond, men sought new life instead. Now defeated and banished, creatures, after her sedition, her presence is the fleeting one, that wicked goddess. Shit. I know. I think I don't have a fucking name in the end on that thing. fucking doesn't. But I need to go to the toilet quickly anyway, so I'll be back in a second. That's better. Now, do I have anything with that fucking woman's name in it? I do not, do I? If you're gonna have the damn question in there, you should have the fucking answer on there, like a damn answer sheet. Need a hint? I need the fucking name because I don't know how to spell it. Tell me. E-R-D-I-T-I-A. Fucking insulting me for not knowing how to spell a fucking name. Animal's goddamn string of theirs together. Good job, that did it. This is it, just like you said. This research just collecting dust up here. Can't believe I let you talk me into this. Do you realize how much trouble we'll be in if anyone ever finds out we were up here? No sense in being worried about that now. You ever find the one you want so we can leave? In here. Treasure? Could be, depending on what you're looking for. These are manuscripts that haven't been released as an actual book. Sent to the monastery in order to get feedback from the religious scholars here. Alright, do I need one specifically about cults like the Hand and their connection with businesses? Alright, do. In here. Not sure, let's take a look. Don't have any use for this. You might as well have it. Really, it's being pathetic compared to what I'm using. Ugh. What do we have here? What's this one? A new alliance for a new era. The union of business and religious extremism in the post-Gallian years. It's exactly what I need. Who wrote that? Someone named Cole Marin. Heard of him. He's quite respected among scholars. Wonder how long it's been since he was sent his manuscript here. Be furious if he knew it was just sitting in this tower. Someone's here.
Take this and hide.
Hey, what are you doing?
Who's in there?
Too late now. Someone has to get caught or they will keep searching.
I knew it.
Why are you here, Reverend?
I should ask you the same thing. I knew you were planning to try this. I've known since that night I found you hanging around outside. Why? Why do this to the monastery?
I'm not doing anything to the monastery. Much bigger than that. Truth needs to come out.
I see now. I should have known. And the way you disrespected Master Katsu that day, you're trying to get him in trouble.
If it has something to do with the crimes being committed in my town, then yes. What I'm trying to do will save lives.
I don't understand people like you, Cade. You claim to be so tolerant and open-minded, but when people express ideas that you don't like, you do whatever you can to stifle them.
Not the idea. Those who get hurt in its name.
Enough. I'm taking you out of here. Don't make me get the guards.
You've got me, Reverend. I'll come along.
Good. You don't have anything hidden on you. You're lucky you'll only get in trouble for trespassing instead of stealing. Now let's go.
She looks spooked.
Something must be wrong. Be prepared for anything. What are you doing? Keep moving.
Stop protecting them, Reverend. They wouldn't do the same for you.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, my neck.
There, with you. You'll pay for this.
What did you do to him? Tranquilizer. He won't be out long. Let's go.
I've got your costume.
Thanks, but I can't put that on just yet. There's one more thing I have to do. Cade, how did you get away? I don't have time to explain it right now. I've got to take that manuscript out of here before I'm caught again. Read some of it.
You did?
Yes, and you were right. From what I can see, the basis of Marin's entire argument is the relationship he saw between Equipment King and the Hand.
It's great. I can't thank you enough for your help.
The least I could do. If it weren't for you, I would have never realized what I was getting into by helping them. Just wish you could stay.
I do too. I need to go.
Goodbye.
Time to go, eh? Yeah, we should hurry.
Guards from the monastery are all over the forest. Looks like you were successful.
Yeah, I was. I guess this is goodbye, so I hope you will be inclined to wander near Port Arania sometime in the future.
I don't plan things like that, but who knows? It was good seeing you again, Bones.
You too, son.
Y'all ready to go? Yeah, let's go, guys.
I've done pretty well for myself over the last few days. I should travel with you boys more often.
Only if you learn how to make some guns.
I could probably teach myself quickly if you showed me some designs.
Well, plenty of those back in the apartment.
You do make him new ones. Make sure he doesn't test them in the middle of the night.
For Arcadius' sake, B-Man. You had a stomach, you get an ulcer from holding all those grudges.
Everything alright, Cade?
Oh, yeah.
I figured you would be bouncing off the walls. Your plan worked perfectly.
Yes, it did.
What's the matter?
You ever just stumbled on something and then realized it was something you've always wanted? You wanted to stay there? No, that wouldn't have worked out in the long run. So, what's the deal? Even B, Finley. Clear Kate paid a heavy price for this victory. Hey now, who are you? What the hell is going on? You've got trouble. Everyone get in costume. Gina, stay close to us. She's only stunned. What's going on? Why would somebody just knock her off the carriage like that? Oh no. Up there. Sparrow! Sparrow's here! Carrying the manuscript. Damn, he's getting away. We'll see about that. Sure, but don't go after him alone. Damn it all. We did exactly what he wanted. I think we left that document unguarded. Stoke? What? Oh. You there, return the stolen documents and surrender. Not a chance. Not like we could even if we wanted to. Looks like we have to deal with these guys. It's up to Shroud now. Hold it right there, Sparrow. I do not have time to play with you now, Shroud. We will have our next battle at some other time. Won't be that easy. Tell me, you have Sparrow on the run. Unfortunately, the path we took is lit and repair. Dodge your debris with the up and down arrows. Actually ended up to speed up the arrows to jump quick, spoil the commands to keep balance while quick jumping. If it's too long, you may have to rely on your memory to get across. Remember it all that reflexes and button mashing. Have fun. Anything else? Nothing really. Oh, for fuck's sake. I need a fucking... Ah! Well, thank you for that sudden fucking change. Looks like jump ahead. Better prepare beforehand. Whoops. Oh well. Good luck. You have something that belongs to me. I want it back. Headstrong fool. I think that you would not be so. Don't flatter yourself. You caught me off guard in Fortress. That won't happen again. Rash comments will not save you. It will take more than...
Sure, tough guy, you know. I seem to recall that you were wary about our fight and haven't gotten more skilled since then. Skills or no, you share regrets for saying that. Don't you think it should be up? I can't fucking keep up with this! Ah. The foolish crusaders like fighting the tide of the ocean. Are you trying to get me into a debate about principles? Blech. Idiot. It is not principles, it is simply reality. See that? That's the end of the road. Now hand over the manuscript. No. What are you doing? You're not going to try and make that jump, are you? It's impossible. Maybe for you. Out of his mind. He's going to get himself killed to spite me. Sparrow, stop! You won't make it! Insane to try! Landed it. Yeah, what? No, I could do that if I had to, but in the name of Arcadius did you manage it? I'm a fast learner. Don't give me that. Understand? Blah, blah. And now they'll not reveal. Now get out of my sight before I get fed up with you. Alright, that's it. None of that needed to be auto-fucking text. Oh, hell no. Not that taste, dirt taste. You want death so badly you shall have it. Just try it. Jesus fucking Christ. None of that needed to be auto-text. Ugh. Well, technically it did, since you were going towards the jump, but you could have split it more. And just have a repeated screen where I could fucking read the goddamn fucking text! Jesus Christ, game. The manuscript. Give it to me. I think not. Time to end this farce. Not this time. I'm wise to your tricks. Ugh. You're done, Sparrow. Oh, please. Fool. That hurt. Now what? Well, you're back. Good to see you're in one piece. You recovered the manuscript. No. What? I'm sorry. It's as good as destroyed now. All of this for nothing. Can't seem to defeat Sparrow. Forget that there's always someone better. How did that creep manage to find us anyhow? He must have been the one who took Torrent out. Ovek probably had him patrolling the entire area while he was trying to do business in Palton. Ovek always seems to be a step ahead. It won't be easy to outsmart him. Let you all down. Don't despair, chum. There's still Boriel. Boriel? What's there? Zala said there might be more information there that can help us. Cool. Well, it's worth to go to Boriel. Who wrote that manuscript anyway? What was his name? Cole Marin? somebody in Boriel may also know where he lives. Good thinking, Gino. If we can't keep our hands on the book, then we'll go straight to the author. Yeah, thanks everyone. Now, let's put these costumes away, and you can heal that poor driver. Right. Not so fast. Not so fast. Now what? Where is Kate Torlin? Torlin? Who the hell are you talking about? Don't play stupid. I know he left for Parton after you so cowardly drugged me from behind. You dare defer to the Baron's prowess as cowardly? You got some nerve. Or just shut up and tell me where he is. He's long gone. Went ahead on a separate carriage. Planned this together, all along, and I thought he was my friend. Well, that's fine with me. I'd much rather settle the score with you murdering scum. Who's a murderer? Stop insulting my intelligence. I'll make you pay for what you did to my brother. Did you ever think for 1 second what that did to my family? Deacon's death wasn't intentional. This is Deacon's brother. It was an accident. You lie. Fool, we never wanted him dead. We wanted to interrogate him. I've heard enough. I'll see to it that you answer to Arcadius for what you've done. Is this really fucking A? Oh shit, you can't see me, can you? Come on, die already. You have no honor. I will find a way to... Let's get out of here before anyone else shows up. Now, isn't that interesting? Greetings, my friend. I trust you're enjoying your time here. Oh, indeed. Some of these accounts I had never had a chance to read until now. The Hand values history almost as much as you do, Solik. No doubt these volumes would have been destroyed by the rebels had we not secured them. Historians like myself owe you a great debt. In particular, I am quite fascinated by these journals of Ariel Delificent. I thought these were no more. Those were especially difficult to find. Tell me, what have you learned so far? It's perfectly clear now that Ariel did have a concrete idea of exactly how to cast the forbidden spell of rebirth, though she never actually did. She listed all of the ingredients in her journals, as all true dark mages are expected to do for their successors. As you might imagine, that has been a great help. However, I will have to look at older volumes of my own for more information on the actual procedure. I have a question I never got around to asking you when you arrived. What's that? I was certain that the forbidden spell of rebirth had not been cast since the Fourth Age. Incorrect. The incident you are thinking of is the most famous one, cast by the great dark sorcerer Thanatos, shortly after his own return as a lich, thanks to Sir Volrath Blacksteel. Regrettable that we should be treading down a similar path to the one taken by such a disgusting heretic. Regrettable? Nonsense. I say it is a fine omen. Blacksteel is one of the most influential figures in history. Influential or not, his betrayal of Arcadius... Influential or not, his betrayal of Arcadius earns him the hatred of all those who believe in the values of Gallia. As if that carries any weight. You people hate everything. How dare you. You will show the followers of Arcadius respect while you are in our employ. Whatever. Do you want to know more about the spell or don't you? I do. I have here a memoir comprised by Britzes Cone, a kobold who served under Arius Sharon during the rebellion. Kobold? What would he know? Quite a bit, as it turns out. You see, he and some of his allies came into conflict with the Wyvern Fang cult. Do you know of them? I've heard that name, yes. Their leader was a woman named Anna Sanora. A real lunatic, that one. She did not think Gallia was extreme enough in their methods. To her, it wasn't enough to merely punish the other races. She believed that even humans who deviated from the so-called values of Arcadius deserved death. The scariest part of this whole episode was that she found dozens of people who agreed with her. Where are you going with this? Anna Sonora was briefly an apprentice to Ariel Delificent herself. Is it becoming clearer? Ariel taught this woman the forbidden spell of rebirth? Hardly. She stole the information and fled Gallia. The copy you found is actually the second one Ariel had to make to be able to cast the spell. Anna had to come up with potions and other methods of alchemy to temporarily increase her own dark magic skill. After many years of searching, she was finally able to find the altar of the abyss. At last she had the means to return fallen members of the Wyvern Fang back to flesh and blood humans. Did you say the altar of the abyss? Your ears do not deceive you. The same altar used by Thanatos and all the great dark mages before him, who sought to conquer this forbidden spell. The altar was said to have been forged by Predator herself, and has survived all of the various catastrophes in Solas's history. Agents of mine have been searching for that altar for years. Have you located it? Connie does not specify the exact location, but a solid estimate can be found from other details in his narrative. Well? He wrote that it only took he and the others a few hours on a raft to reach the cathedral that housed the altar at that time. We know for a fact that he lives in Garuda, so that means that the altar is on an island probably less than a mile from the continent shore. Island? How interesting. During the time of Thanatos, it was likely part of the mainland. The Rain of Fire no doubt changed that. Excellent. We shall make preparations to travel there. Let's not be too hasty. After the battle with the Wyvern Fang, the altar's power was sealed off by an elven mystic named Ivory Elska. It should be no problem for me to overcome the seal, but these ingredients are hardly easy to come by. I suspect I shall have to make most of them myself. For that, I will need to spend some time at my laboratory in Relenia. That is fine. Is it? I must say I expected you to protest. I might have if I suspected you had another reason for leaving. Does he, Kari?
No, he does not. He will not betray you now. He is just as eager to cast his spell as you are. Also, there is other information. He seeks in this library information which he will use once he's done with the hand.
How utterly classless. Letting your mind-reading friend here sift through my thoughts right as I'm trying to help you. What a shameful violation of personal space. Oh, cease your griping. A man does not get in my position by holding people to their words. Their thoughts tell much more truth. And now I have other business to attend to. I'm glad to see that you have made such progress. Then you have no moral compunctions about using the power of an altar meant for servants of Predator. Tools of evil can easily be used for the good of Arcadius. Why else do you think Gallia signed the Treaty of Thanatos with the Necromancers? Yes. Well put. Good then. Goodbye then. Best of luck.
Farewell.
The nerve of that man. Psychics make me so very self-conscious. Ever see, Draenor, I have not much time to guide your studies with all of this research.
That's okay. I've just been looking over some of the fundamentals.
That may be wise. It seems you are unsuccessful in finding a minion of your own.
No, I don't understand it. He and I love spending time together. Why wouldn't he want to serve me?
Older skeletons have a tendency to become very full of themselves. You're much better off recruiting a skeleton that you create yourself.
I know you've said that, but for some reason I am hesitant.
No need for that. It is a simple matter for anyone who has been trained. Simply find a cemetery. Do not be afraid. One day you will have no choice but to call upon your skills. For now, we must prepare to leave. Once we are in Relenia, it will take some time to finish all of the necessary components for this spell. It will be hard work, but well worth it. As necromancers, our business has always been in finding ways around death. We've settled for returning the dead to us as skeletons, but now we have a chance to wield total control over life and death. We shall taste the powers of the gods themselves.
My goodness. You get so carried away sometimes.
I can't help it if I have a flair for the theatrical. Now get your things together. We leave as soon as possible.
So, what are our plans for Boriel? Are we just gonna hop on a ship tomorrow morning?
Right, you're paying.
Fine with me. I should also stop at Equipment King and pick up some new armor and stuff.
What?
Lily, take a moment to really think about what you just said.
But the prices are so low.
And what if they kidnap kids and set a guardhouse on fire and tried to have us all killed? Oh, crap. Guess I'll just go home. Lily, we'll make some armor for you. You won't need to pay anything.
Really?
Yeah, and once you give Gino some information on guns, you and he can work on some new designs.
Wow, great.
I'll have that tomorrow. See ya!
It actually seems like we're starting to get through to him. We should have told him that in person. It would have made him happy. Maybe next time. Well, I'll be seeing your boys tomorrow. Boriel is a great market, and I have some friends up there.
Take it easy, Gino.
Not much time to rest.
A good night's sleep should be enough. Let's take care of anything in town that we might need to do.
and then get back to the apartment early. I concur. Do, 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 do. How was the trip? Eventful. Anything here? I'm afraid not. I've looked at many different options, but the outlook is still bleak. And you just hang in there, boss. Equipment King won't last forever. I hope that's true. But I hope it goes away sooner rather than later. I'm not exactly a young man anymore. Keep the faith. You were there when Gallia fell. These guys are nothing. Oh, Footcade. What are your plans now? Guess we'll do some more exploring. See new sights, meet new people. What else can we do? When this place gets back on track, we'll be here. I know. Good luck to you. Time to check in the graveyard again, see if it's finally decided to update. Oh, God. I should get out of town more often. I did pretty well in Portland. I expect boriel will be even more lucrative. No weapons in. Okay.
Come in.
Good evening, Auburn. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all. I'm just fixing up a late dinner.
I finally found time to sort through the mail we received while we were gone. There is a letter here for you.
For me? Thanks. So what's with Kovac? I haven't seen him all day.
He's feeling rather exhausted. I think the trip was hard on him. It was far more stressful than he had anticipated. He won't admit it, but he is not getting any younger. He can't be taking on the same kind of physical strain that he did when he was first making a name for himself. It is simply unhealthy.
At least he has you to worry about him. Now let's have a look at this letter. Tunisia? That's a surprise. Oh no, this can't be.
Is everything all right?
This is unexpected. Beck, I need to leave. Tomorrow. This is urgent personal business.
Understandable. I'm sure Mr. Kovac will be sympathetic. In the meantime, I will try and make sure he takes the next week or so to relax.
Thank you. Why now, Tunisia? Thought we were done with all this.
Okay, before he died, Father had become very famous for his wind magic. In the end, that may have been part of what got him killed. Not necessarily the fame, but being confined to only one school of sorcery. I once read of a fire mage who was determined to also learn water magic. It took him nearly 2 decades, but he succeeded in the end. Don't give me that look, boy. I know it sounds impossible, but it can be done. If I can accomplish that, we will not have to live in fear of them. I'll be the one to strike fear into their hearts. They will think that I am invincible, and I will have just mastered my own weakness. But why did you leave? You said you would protect us. Reverend? Do you have any idea what that did to my family? Yes, I do. You killed my brother. No. You have no idea what you have unleashed upon yourself. What? I will teach them all true fear. Yeah. What the? Relax, it was just a dream. Yeah, here it was. Arcadius for that. Come on, let's find Finley and meet Gino by the docks. Morning, gents. Ready to get going? Am I ever? Can't wait to get to Boriel. We're gonna have a blast. From what I remember, Boriel is hardly a party in town. Yet, just wait till they get a load of the Baron. Hopefully neither Shroud nor Stoic nor Baron will have to make an appearance. We're going for information, that's it. Sorry, your attempts to make it sound boring have failed. I'm still super excited. Enough, let's go. That's piano that's just played something straight out. The boy has got my ticket. Not yet? What? Why not? We don't have that much time, you know. Head over to the Bolton office, quick. Right, I'll let you on without tickets. We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our thoughts for so long, both of us know it. Bank is a battlefield. Look on the Bolton office. Hey there, looking to catch a boat? Yeah, we're trying to get to Boriel. There'll be 4 of us. Not a problem, my good man. I'll get you your tickets ready. kindly paying the man Finley. Here you go. Thank you, sir. Well, you're all set. Feel free to head on over to the docks. Wise got my ticket. Right here, Gino. I'm ready when you are. Very good, sir. Ready to go?
I think I feel a song coming on.
Never thought I'd be on a boat. Break from all the pressure of managing port around here. I never realized how much I needed one. I've never been mocked or judged while in Boriel. It is truly a haven for all people. Oh, isn't this ocean air a wonderful thing? Sure is. Did Finley show you those gun designs? He did. It isn't quite as complicated as I thought. Pretty ingenious, actually. Will he be able to make new ones for him? The ones he has now seem more for show than real combat. I'm confident I can, especially in Boriel. The craftsmen and merchants there are very savvy when it comes to new technology. You know, you could charge him more than you would someone else. That way Bones and I wouldn't have to pay it. You better be careful, Kate. Someone could accuse you of waging class warfare. I know how much you love that. Good point. It was worth a shot, though. Yeah, knock it off. I know for a fact that you and Bones hoard money. Hoard money you find on your missions. You can't fool me by acting so poor. Oh, Gino, you got me there. Talk to you later. Have a nice night now. Sea seems gentle tonight. It'll be clear sailing for the rest of the way into Boriel. The ocean's so cold around here, but even I'm afraid to go in.
Ugh, feel a bit seasick.
Oh, this guy. As he fought a summoner who was in command of 4 angels. Yeah, and I'm a Minotaur's uncle. Okay, there you are. Sit down, man. Finley, can I talk to you in private for a minute? Sure, I guess. What's up? Hey, did you pick a bed? I wanted the one with the map over it. Can I use that one? Oh well. I'll find another one. Why you and Bones fought in the forest? You said he could use spells from multiple schools of magic. Yeah, we got out to talk about that a little bit. Pretty amazing. If you focused on a spell being cast by another person, you could learn it just like that. Never heard of anything like that before. Don't know if anybody has. It's so new there's not even a name for it yet. I think that this ability is something you have to be born with. Is it possible somebody could learn it just by training for a long time? Good question. Couldn't tell you the answer. It's a shame about what happened to him, but I bet there are others like him. Yeah, I'm almost sure of it. Thanks for the help. No problem. Are you sure you didn't want to sit and chat with us? I'm wooing them with stories of my heroism. What? Don't tell them battle stories in a place like this. Don't worry about it. I'm not talking about any barren stuff, just things I did before that. Right, I think I'm going to sleep soon. Okay, later. There's this blowhard next to me. What young people are like today, live for the future. Leads to more bedrooms and such. I'm not going down there.
understand you two just got back from another vacation the other day.
Well, with Torto's shop taking a break, there isn't much else we can do.
That's a shame. I like Torto's shop, even though it was a little expensive.
Oh, stop it. Nobody thought we were expensive before Equipment King opened. On that note, what do you make of Emma spending time with that manservant of Kovacs?
Now you get jealous. It's a little late for that, Cade.
Do you two always have to bicker like this? I'm not jealous. I just don't trust any of those Equipment King people. You could get in trouble.
Emma wouldn't go anywhere near Vec if she thought that would happen. He's very mild-mannered, and he's a pleasant man. Can't always be so angry at them, Cade. Unhealthy.
Also unhealthy to just sit around while good people are wronged by those money-grubbing slime balls. Okay, nobody is listening. I'd be better off talking to the ocean. No, you're right. Everyone knows how I feel about this. I suppose there's no sense going on about it now.
You're on vacation. You gotta relax.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
That redhead friend of yours is here too. He seems nice enough.
Enjoying the ride. No, this is the first time I've ever been on a ship.
You're kidding.
Nope, we've always lived on the same continent. Lots of carriages, never a ship.
Well, now you know what you've been missing.
Oh, Violet, what made you want to go to Boriel? After Boriel, this ship heads south to Harrow. That's where she is going.
Some of my family still lives there. I haven't seen them in ages.
Everyone in my family is long gone by now, but I have several friends in Boriel. It would be nice to see them.
Oh yeah? Who?
You will meet them. Very nice people.
Right, well, okay. I guess I'll continue my walk.
Enjoy. It's a great night for your first ship voyage. Quite beautiful if I do say so myself.
Well, hello there. I was wondering when you would come to your senses and find me.
Oh, maybe I'll just give up this armor merchant thing and become a world traveller. You want to join me?
If only I could.
So, what inspired this particular trip?
I received a letter from Tinissa, a friend of mine who lives in Boriel. Now she and I go way back. I'm excited to see her again, but judging from some of the other things she mentioned in the letter, this may not be an entirely happy visit.
What do you mean?
I can't say. I'm sorry, but I just don't want to draw you into it all. But I'm glad that you're here. I missed you while I was in Pelton, more than I expected to.
I missed you just as much as I expected to, not more.
Oh no, let's not start that. I missed you more. No, I missed you more. I hate when couples do that.
Couples?
Well, you know what I mean. That ooey gooey stuff, it's not me.
Not me either. At least it never was.
I'm sorry. I think I'm just a bit tense. Don't know what to expect when we get to Boriel.
Honestly, neither do I. Will I see you there?
Sure, once I sort things out with Janissa. We should get together, you know? There's this great pub right up on the mountain. We should go there, and maybe take a walk around town.
Sounds great. Leave you alone with your thoughts for now.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll be more fun once I know more about the situation.
Don't worry about it. See you later. God, you know, aside from a few boss fights, this part has been nothing but talking and my voice is run raw. Even if I consider the mini games and all the fights, that's freaking like 20 minutes. 2 hours 25. Ay. Right. I'm going to stop here for now then. Because my voice can't take much more. And we will be back tomorrow with more. Bye.